This time the story is different. Apart from the businesswoman who said she got motivated. I'm sure who knows by now she might have been motivated, to cast her vote. It's still Radio Nigeria Monday studio right here from our network studio, and we're still taking reports and getting to hear from our correspondents across the country. Now let's take a look at another issue. We've not heard about it today, but that's the fact that the issue of vote buying, which is an issue that people fear. But although some people, from some articles I read, even early this morning, people feel with this cash issue now, that issue is not there. But let's not forget that even as of yesterday, the report that money was seized from two individuals, one in Lagos and somebody who was supposed to go to Port Harcourt. That is a form of vote buying, if you ask me, because money were released and cash was also trapped. So let me start from you, Trevisan. How can this be effectively checked? This issue of money politics, money in our politics.
Well, let me say that the conditions for vote buying and selling apartheid in Nigeria earlier mentioned that according to the statistics of the National Bureau of Statistics, more than 133 million Nigerians live in extreme poverty.
Before you go on, we have Gary Ochibo, one of our correspondents at Karijikuru Axis of Abuja. Gary, good morning. Hello, Gary. Hello, Gary. Yeah. So you are Karijikuru Axis, yes?
I've been covering from the beginning of the day. The process has been.
I can hear you, Gary. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Hello, Gary.
Yes, I can hear you. I think that the general unit in Kari Ward, we have been covering this morning. The process has been very free, it's been very fair, and people came up to mass. They turned out in mass in the general unit to prepare their franchise. And they conducted in a manner that even the security officials commended their efforts. So the process has been very free and fair. The only complaint that we later had was that that machine captured some people doing their presentation, and we were unable to recognize some voter cards in the course of the exercise. But the INEC officials, however, called for backup, and we are still waiting with some of the polling units if that can be taken care of. And then up to Jikwe Ward again, precisely Jikwe Primary School, we have like 8 units in primary school, and I think that has the largest population so far. All the places have been to this morning. And the exercise has been free, has been fair, and there is no any form of electoral violence on our practices, so it's been okay. And the next 3 years I'm moving to now, the school will do a Rosa and Karishi. Then I can give a further situation with it.
Okay, before you go to Kurudu, Rosa and Karishi, the FCT hasn't been very good with the story about starting early. Was it different in your access cases if it's a big voting?
I can barely hear you.
I said the voting starts early in the axis you visited.
I can barely hear you.
Okay. Gary, thank you for calling us. Thank you.
Hello?
Thank you for calling us. Alright. I think we're having some network issues. Mike Yahweh is on the line. Mike, welcome. Hello, Mike.
Alright, good morning. Is that the Monday today?
Yes, it is Mike.
Alright, thank you. I am at JMDP quarters.
Okay.
Polling unit 053. Actually, now that I think voting has not commenced, there are over 1,000 people waiting here to start accreditation. And so far, nobody has voted. The election materials arrived late, and accreditation hasn't started. The crowd is beginning to yell and shout. The election observers are also here. I will make efforts to speak to one of them on why voting has not commenced. The INEC officials are not willing to speak, but from what I gather, the register is ready. They are here with everything. The ballot boxes have been arranged, but the crowd is beginning to get uncontrollable. I would suggest that going forward, this youth polling unit should be split into 2 or more. Because from the number I see here, it's almost very impossible for us to conclude the voting, for INEC to conclude the exercise before 2 p.m. That is what is on ground right now.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you, Mighty Yahweh. Thank you.
Hello, Mandate Studio.
Yeah, thank you. I've received your all you said. Hello.
Do you want to speak to any of the prospective voters?
Good. If it's possible, fine. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can we know your name?
Alexander. I'm Alexander.
Okay, Alexander, how early did you have? Hello, Alexander. Hello.
Hello, he says he can't hear you, but the crowd is getting so.
All right, Mike. Thank you for joining us. I wish we could hear from Alexander, but unfortunately we can't. Let's continue. We're talking about the issue of vote buying, which
Yes, I thought the environment is fertile for that. People live in extreme poverty. More than 133 million Nigerians live in extreme poverty. There is high level of unemployment. The cost of living challenges are also very high. Inflation has shot through the roof. It has passed the 20% mark, which is unprecedented in history. But all the same, I've always said that there is dignity in poverty. In spite of the fact that the environment is challenging, we need to look at the longer term. Is it in our interest to collect a pittance and cast our votes for people who are undeserving, for people who will not deliver good governance? And then at the end of the day, they look the other way, they are not accountable, and they also believe that they have settled you in lieu, by giving you some pittance. So we need really to educate Nigerians to understand that if you take 500 naira, 1,000, it will not translate into a hospital, it will not translate into a school, it will not translate into a road, it will not translate into an airport, and you cannot hold the person that you have voted to account. But if you vote your conscience, if you vote, without being induced, then you can insist that the promises and the pledges that the candidate made to you is delivered. But once you take that money, you are compromised. I know of a senator from Kebbi State who used humongous amounts to get himself into office. And after he got into office, he was not even visiting his constituency until some people summoned the courage to approach. Either in Kaduna or Abuja. He said, yes, why not? So, but we thought that you come and talk to us, deliver some good governance. He said, when I gave you money, I had delivered good governance to you. So I don't have any obligation to go to the constituency to talk to you or to explain myself to you. As far as I'm concerned, I have done the best that I can by you. So if people want to avoid this kind of insult, and if people want their fortunes to change, if people want good governance to be delivered to them, then they must exercise their franchise. And come to think of it, this sacrifice you are making is just for one day. You take one day, you vote for a candidate that is credible, that you know can deliver, and it changes your fortune for good. It changes the fortune of your child for good. It changes the fortune of your grandson for good. But if you vote a candidate that doesn't have what it takes, he's not credible, he cannot deliver, he's not committed, he puts 3 generations in jeopardy. So these are things that we need to begin to look at.
Now, Emmanuel, so what would be your advice now to INEC? With what you've seen and what you've heard, it might be that elections might not end appointed time, which is supposed to be 3 p.m., isn't it? In fact, as a matter of fact, 2:30. So what would you suggest should happen, especially to the electoral umpire?
I think INEC already has put in place measures like I know in one of the polling units when the polling official had this book she was reading from, and she said to them that once it's 2:30, the last person on the vote, the security official will stand behind the last person on the queue at 2:30. That doesn't stop the election process. So for any polling official that actually went through the training and listened to the training, they understand that even if it is 2:30, as long as the person was already on the queue before the timing for the accreditation and it stops, they are allowed to continue voting until the very last person on the queue stops. So I think that in a way INEC has taken care of that. And
well, for instance, look at the time, it's already 11:30.
I already did a calculation of
one
that.
One of our reporters just called to say they haven't even started.
For a polling unit that has so many people.
1,000 already.
1,000, so it means they probably may not, as at 4 o'clock, they probably may still be voting at that polling unit. But we just hope that the BVAS is actually very accurate and they do not have to begin to waste 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes on one person. And if they stick to the calculation we did of about 20 seconds per person, I think they should be able to follow through the process before darkness sets in. Again, so maybe I should say that. And I think as regards vote buying, it has not been completely ruled out in this election. Something very interesting happened in one of the polling units. Very interesting, one of the polling units we went for, and we were visiting, and immediately the guy finished his voting process, he snapped his ballot paper.
Within the cubicle?
Within the cubicle. So immediately the police officer actually noticed it. He snapped, so the what is it?
Sorry, I'll come back to you. Dauda Ilya is on the line. Hello, Dauda. Hello, Dauda Ilya from Maiduguri. Hello, Dauda. Hello. Hello, Dauda Ilya. All right, thanks for joining us. Where exactly are you? Yes, I said, where exactly is your location right now?
Okay, I'm at 023 polling unit. That's the polling unit of the APC president, vice presidential candidate, Senator Kashim Shettima.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the officials of INEC came late. They came around 10:42 when the vice presidential candidate himself came around some minutes after 10, and he met no INEC official. So he had to leave without casting his ballot. He was accompanied by the governor, and they are now in Malafa, which is the local government area of the governor, so he will cast his vote before coming back to his polling unit here in Maiduguri, that is the APC vice. Unfortunately, they have been challenged with the BVAS machine at the rack center here in Lamsala police station, in Lamsala, only 15 out of the 80 BVAS machine were able to be connected on the server. So that is the challenge of this polling unit. So up to this moment, voting has not started. It is after 11.
So 12, you mean it's after 11?
Yes.
All right, so how are the people reacting apart from the major contenders or contender that is there? How are the people reacting to this lateness?
People are complaining because if you virtually in most of the places voting commenced late, some around 9:30, some around 10, and the major challenge is the people not to be able to accommodate people. The information I'm also having from Bama, which is about 70 kilometers away from Maiduguri, the same thing. At one of the polling units at Shebuli, the officials left the BVAS mission, that polling unit in Maiduguri. So by trying to go through other machines that they had, the machines were not able to activate people because it was not configured to suit that polling unit. So the issue of BVAS is very
Major problem. And how has INEC reacted to it? Because that means, I mean, I'm wondering.
I met with the INEC administrative officer, so he can't talk of the time to sort out issues there. So they are trying their best at the RAC center to ensure that they are able to connect the beavers machine to the server so that they will start working.
All right, thank you very much, Dauda Ile. Thank you. Thank you. Just continue to keep us updated as events unfold. All right, you were talking, let me allow you land on foot by before I come to Mr. Dazan to talk about this beavers issue. Go.
Okay, so and then that happened, and immediately the police officer then noticed it and called the attention of the polling officers to it. So I think they deployed the means. Once you finish your accreditation, before you go into the polling unit, they were asking them to drop their phone at a certain spot, and then they go cast their votes, and when you finish casting your votes, you pick your phone. For me, taking a picture of your it's an offense, and it's also vote buying, because it means he's going to show an evidence that, see, I voted for you, and then so the vote buying may not.
Are you sure he wasn't for his own records? That's another thing, you know. But it's okay, I understand what you mean. We have Informa Amata from Enugu back on the line. Informa.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good to have you back, Informa.
I'm calling to connect back to my next headquarters.
I know.
Okay. That name is
Amata, I know. Yes.
Okay. Good morning. I just want to update you people on what is happening here at the INEC headquarters.
Yes.
At 11:30, the national and returning officers are still here, waiting to be handed over INEC and they have not been pleased. At 10 o'clock, they had their names printed on wall to go and to present over the 17 local government areas. But some people are worried that they don't even know the election they are going to present, because they had neither presidential or national assembly written on them, and some of these people have their names written the list. And here, all the officers are still here as now, and returning officers. I talked to speak with the IS officials. They said no, they cannot talk with the press. Even the admin officer, even the rest, just rushed out. And when I thought to know what to employ, he said it was to rectify themselves. Even when many people here, many reports here that even at Simba State, 11:23, no election INEC officer out for press. So, do accreditation and vote.
So, Informa, what you're telling me is that right from when you called me at about 8 o'clock up until this moment, nothing really has changed.
No, something happened at 10 o'clock. I called them there before 10 o'clock. It was at 10 o'clock that the community officers other commission officers had their names. The INEC officers brought out the list and tested on different ways, and they tried to locate some. Those not even find their notes and the list.
So it's the same thing you told me in the morning. This confusion about finding names and where to go to is the same thing.
Yes.
It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And nothing is working here.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody is going out to the local government. They have to go to their different local governments. That is from issues.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'll keep updating you people.
Please do. When things change, let us know. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right. So that's it. Things have already.
In relationship to what is happening in I think the delay relates now not to presiding officers and assistant presiding officers, but to collation and returning officers. And collation will start even at the level of the ward after the conduct of the election at Kutat. Perhaps that's why the man is taking his time. But ideally by now.
But she's also saying even within Enugu now, nothing really has started in terms of election. She said so.
Is it in terms of election?
What she said is that in Enugu now, even at she mentioned giving 11:23 that some people have not even started
her initial report was on this returning appellation?
I know.
Okay.
So, well, we've talked about that already, and that INEC should up its game. But let's talk about the beavers, because it's still arising. I know you mentioned the fact that you don't need to.
Some of these explanations are strange to me. In fact, stranger than fiction, because the beavers are supposed to be charged and configured, by the ICT department in each of the states before they are even deployed to the local governments, and then from the local governments they are further deployed to the wards where INEC staff will sleep, and then in the morning they take off to the polling units. So it's not today that you begin to configure and charge.
Or you have a mistake of it. It's not like I want that I said that was configured for that unit.
No, something is somebody has derelicated in his duty. It's like you want to make a call, you got a new handset, and you not charged it, and has not seen, and then you want to make a call. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I think that something is wrong there.
Victor Sin Agbensin is back on the line. Victor Sin, you're welcome. Yes.
I am at on the Marapa Yanya axis.
Okay.
We are now somewhere in Nasarawa State. At polling unit 481 at Guambawa Yanya, we made voting ongoing. Voting started around 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 a.m.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Hello, Victor.
Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you, Victor Sin.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, voting started between 8:30 and 9 a.m. But one major problem we are seeing on this axis is that people are finding it difficult to locate their exact polling unit.
Okay.
I spoke with one Priska Ibe who has been looking for her polling unit since morning up to now. She has not been able to find it. A party agent at 092 polling unit who gave her name as Wochi Amina said she has been looking for a polling unit since 7 a.m. So that is a prevalent problem on this axis. Right between Yanya, Maraba, Mataka, Ado down the line, a lot of voters, potential voters, are confused. Many of them are feeling frustrated because they cannot get their exact polling units. Yes, it's a major problem here.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Victor.
Then one more thing before I go is at the boundary between Nasarawa State and FCT, there was confusion there because the security men are trying to prevent people from moving. But many of them are saying that because of this confusion in terms of locating their polling units, they have to be allowed to transfer between the boundaries so that they can actually locate their polling units. That's the situation right here now.
All right. Thank you very much, Victor Sin, for talking with us. Thank you. All right. So, that's Victor Sin Agbensin, a reporter from the Mararaba Nyanya axis. People are still finding it difficult in locating their polling units. And Manuela, what do you think is responsible for it? Because Mr. Dazamba said there was no excuse for it.
Yeah,
you want to talk? Okay, go on. What do you think is the reason why people should be looking for their polling unit codes and all that?
I think majorly it's the awareness on the polling unit splits, because there were lots of polling units that were split, and that not enough. There was sensitization, but not enough sensitization is actually the cause. Because I think I also noticed it, like in some polling units, they will tell you, go to that next compound. They get to the next compound, the compound will go to that next compound. So I think being the first time, hopefully by the next election, all of this, and the short time limit between which these voters cards were released, and between which people had to begin to locate the polling units, and all of these logistics. Basically, for me, they are all logistics arrangement that we feel and we believe that with continuous election would increase, would do better with it. But this particularly is as a result of the splits in polling units. That's what is actually majorly responsible, and the not enough awareness. And also, some people said INEC sent out text messages. I heard from some polling units, I received another person so no, I never received. You know, all of this logistic information is partly responsible.
Okay, let's take on Patsy Enize before Mr. Zazan comes up. Good morning, Patsy. Okay, I understand that line is off. Maybe we shall call. Good morning, Patsy. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, who am I on to?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. I think networking is up. Yeah, Mr. Dazan, what it is? Talk about this issue.
To say that the area between Nyanya, Mararaba, and Norman Village, for those of us who know this area, is one of the most congested areas within Nasarawa State and FCT. And it's also one of the areas where we had a lot of congestion. Very few polling units, but many thousands of voters. And in fact, it was a video clip for one of the elections that took place in that area that INEC deployed to make a case for the expansion of voter access to polling units in 2021. Now, having said that, you know, what INEC did was to create other polling units to decongest those areas. You know, in time past, what we used to do was to create voting points. And in the FCT, we even created voting point settlements to decongest some of the polling units or to bring the polling units to far-flung and challenging terrains. Now, after these polling units were created, they were split, publicity and education also started along people whose registrations would have been affected to go and find out for themselves where they are supposed to vote. And I'm aware that this publicity started more than 2 weeks before the election. And different, apart from INEC, civil society, development partners were involved in this publicity on radio, through bulk messages, and so on. And most of the people who got these SMS messages were the people who are directly involved. And in fact, in addition to that, I saw also before my phone crashed, I received a message where someone was even saying you could pay just 15 naira, and then you could now you send a text to a particular number, and you get an idea of where you are supposed to go. So this information has been in the public domain. And for people now on voting day to go and saying that they are looking for their voting, it's not good enough. You know?
Most as I agree, and I also recognize that yes, lots of publicity went on. I think the timing allocated was not enough. That's the issue. And because we also have to be mindful of the situation in Nigeria. It was possible particularly within the affected axis, issue of electricity, the lack of fuel for people to even turn on their generators, even lack of access to data, and of course we had lots of network issues. We had network issues within the last, I think since 2023 started. 2023 started in a very interesting manner with it started very interestingly with network issues, networks from our mobile phones, from the banks. Then issues around electricity. If you notice, electricity generation dropped in terms of the way PHC actually give light. And then of course because of the fuel scarcity, even those with money cannot even access fuel. And then you can imagine people within that axis. How do you expect them? They don't have access to cash, and then they are not also very used to mobile banking where they use their ATMs. Even when they want to. Filling stations are not even accepting ATM machines now. So for me, the time frame allocated for that publicity is not enough, and it was not done early enough. Publicity such as it would have started like since as far back as when the conversation started and when the creation and the split actually started. Then you begin to carry Nigeria is a very
complicated. People make mistakes.
Let's have you finished. Let's have finished before you go.
Sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
You see, the people amidst me, particularly people from the civil society, who should be very involved. All people involved in water education work with a budget. You work with a budget. And you must also identify times when your messages are very impactful and effective. And these times, prime times when you put adverts, are very expensive. So when people want to criticize, we should do it in context. Yes, the time you could have started this campaign maybe since 2021 when polling units were created. But what of the cost? These are things that I always tell people. And it works with a budget.
What argument is that even when you have released the finances, I think that's, I hope I'm not getting it wrong. People's access to the access to this information through their mobile phones, through their banks, through the cash system, which is also through the banks, is what has made it difficult. People have not been able to access good electricity, good cash. Transporters are not, as you said, transporters are not taking, you tell them you want to do transfer, they say no, and that's what she's saying.
So even for me, yes, we understand that every system works with a budget, but there are also avenues that we're all partners in the same issue, because there are also other avenues. You know, interestingly, it's not only INEC that was involved in the dissemination of this information. Civil society organizations were involved. So now, if we have issues, we talk about us doing things differently, and so that's the only way we can get a better result. If we continue to do things the way we used to do them, we would never get a different result. So yes, we understand issues around logistics and budget and all of that budget relief, but then there are also other ways. Have you partnered with key and relevant stakeholders? Because there are some key, very relevant stakeholders in election. For instance, IFES, for instance, KDI, for instance, DIAGA, and all of this. Way ahead of time. This group of people are also group of people that could also help in terms of logistics and in terms of dissemination. So it's not, today is not the day for us to begin to say, oh, we did it well, but the issue is for us to just identify that these are the challenges, and going forward, how are we able to? The most important thing is that going forward, early and timely release of information is very fundamental in elections. Understanding the kind of situation we are in Nigeria. If the earlier we release information and the longer information is in the public domain, the more effective they are. That is the issue at hand at the moment. If we release information because of logistics, a month to election, that information has not stayed long enough in the public domain for it to be able to gain the effect that it is desired to gain. That's the summary of things.
Okay, we're almost getting to the end of this edition. Well, Mr. Dazan, let's get your words to one, the voter who has stayed out there. Some of them haven't started voting, some have started voting. And then to the gladiators as well. What do you expect to see at the end of this contest?
Well, I think that I'll speak to two major stakeholders so far who have really behaved exceedingly well. The voter has shown a lot of resilience, a lot of patience for what we have seen. In spite of the challenges and the glitches and the hiccups with the process, they have been steadfast, and my appeal to them is to continue to be steadfast. The law allows for adjustments to be made for those polling units where elections started late. So these adjustments will be abided by according to the regulations and rules and guidelines of the commission. Apart from the voter, I must also salute the security agencies from all the geopolitical zones. They have comported themselves professionally. They have turned up in large numbers. They have performed their duty of securing the environment for the conduct of the election. in all the polling units that we received reports from, it was noted that the security agents were there, even when ANEC officials didn't turn up. So I think we need to salute them also for their robust and muscular support. And we also, well, the candidates cannot say anything now. The time for campaign is over. So I'll limit myself to these two. And then members of civil society who has also been very supportive of the system. And observers and reporters who are observing and reporting the process. I will enjoin them to be as steadfast as the voters so that we receive the benefit of all the efforts that were put into this election. And at the end of the day, we'll have an election that is credible. It may not be seamless, but once the outcome reflects the intent of the voter, then we'll have an election that is credible.
Emmanuel?
I don't want to say I wish Nigerians well. I wish us all well.
Okay.
Let the best man win. Nigerians, please remain resilient. Say no to violence. Say no to vote buying. Most especially, resist, shun all forms of violence, all forms of vote buying, and by the special grace of God, our votes will count, and Nigeria will be better for it.
Okay, we hear ink has been brought to polling unit 015 in area 8 opposite army headquarters. We heard earlier today that there was no ink. Okay, and don't forget that you can join us live on YouTube at Radio Nigeria Network and Facebook/Radio Nigeria Network. Remember, live on YouTube at Radio Nigeria Network and on Facebook/Radio Nigeria Network. Now, if you want to locate your polling units, for those who are asking, you can go to cvr.inecnigeria.org/voter_verification/index. I take it again, cvr.inecnigeria.org/voter_verification/index. Okay, so let me thank Mr. Nick Dazan, the retired Deputy Director of Voter Verification of INEC, for joining us today, this morning. And let me thank Mr. Olusegun Eson, who is off. He joined us earlier from King Park Development Initiative Programs Manager, and now I must thank Emmanuela Azu, Director of Programs of KDI. Many thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, so as we drop the anchor on this segment of Monday Studio, let me appreciate our guests. Of course, I've done that. We have the Executive Producer, Director General, FRCN, Dr. Mansour Liman, Lead Producers, Director News, Sena Akila, Director Programs, Tsuchimaki, Production crew from News, Programs, Engineering, ICT, and the battery of studio managers. We're grateful you could join us. Please do this again with us at 4:30 when Suleiman Musa will be here. At the top of the hour, we'll bring you Metro News. I'm Fubara Pepe.
And social media. Listen to ClickMatter on the go. Log on to www.clickmatter.com. Now, follow us on Facebook at ClickMatter, the online radio. Subscribe to YouTube now. ClickMatter Online Radio, your online blog with refreshing news. Listen to ClickMatter on the mobile and social media. Listen to ClickMatter on the go. Log on to www.clickmatter.com. Now, follow us on Facebook at ClickMatter, the online radio. Subscribe to YouTube now. ClickMatter Online Radio, your online blog with refreshing news. Listen to Click Niger on your mobile and social media. Listen to Click Niger on the go. Log to www.clickniger.gov.ng. Now, follow us on Facebook at Click Niger, the online radio. Subscribe to YouTube now. Click Niger Online Radio, your online blog for refreshing news.